Hey everybody from the Wonder of the Seas, this is John Shallow and Randy aboard Wonder of the Seas on our inaugural sailing from Port Everglades. This is the first time with paid passengers, and we're on the largest cruise ship in the entire world. Doesn't get much better than this. From a beautiful day from Fort Lauderdale at Port Everglades, and we're pulling away from the pier. Thank you all for joining me. This is, like I said, this is John Shallow with Cruise Addicts, along with Randy Warren, and we're just so excited to be here and very honored to be aboard the inaugural sailing. You can actually see a helicopter on the top of the shot there, taking an aerial view. You can see us coming and braking or pulling away from the pier. There's a Princess ship there. If you're watching, once again, thank you for joining us. This is John Shallow, Cruise Addicts. Please check in. Let us know where you're from, where you're checking in from, and we'll try to respond to any questions. But thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. From this beautiful sunny day at Port Everglades, Florida, aboard the biggest cruise ship in the entire world, Wonder of the Seas, by none other than Royal Caribbean. So, Randy, what do you think?
John, so much excitement about the biggest ship in the world, and it's biggest because it's just the biggest cruise ship ever made. 3 football fields long. This thing is wider than any cruise ship that's ever been built. Potentially a little almost as tall as, because that's really where sometimes the measurements of these mega ships aren't always that much different, but Wonder of the Seas is definitely the largest cruise ship ever made. That's what's so exciting. We heard from some of the Royal Caribbean people earlier, and they talked about how not only is it the biggest, but they're hoping that it's the best. So as we pull away from Port Everglades here for a 7-day Eastern Caribbean cruise, we're excited. We're shooting a lot of video, taking a lot of pictures, and it's finally happening. We were supposed to leave about 5 o'clock, but it was closer to what is now almost close to 5:30. That's not uncommon because a lot of times they're still trying to make sure that everybody got on board, getting everything ready to sail away, and the sail away has begun. So there we go, John. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So they told us that there was going to be some promotional video being shot. This could be local news, or this could be some promotional video that's being shot of us leaving a very big talked about event of this Royal Caribbean. Yeah, Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas actually finally making it away from the dock on its inaugural voyage.
Once again, everybody, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate this. Please check in. Please say hello. Let us know where you're watching us from. I'm going to try to get to all your comments. Let's see here. Ella and Zeke, Perez. Thank you so much for checking in. Chris, we would wish you were here. And we're heading out, and looks like we're backing up here. We'll be doing a spinning around and heading out into the channel at Port Everglades.
About 6,300, maybe 6,500 people on board. Large amount of crew. This is a revenue sailing. It's not just a first inaugural where they're kind of just doing VIPs. So a lot of people have been waiting a long time to book this cruise, with so many people putting all their cruising on hold. That's what's exciting about it. We're getting to sail away on a ship that has so many amazing features that we'll be talking about in the next couple of days, but also just the fact that, hey, cruising is back, and back in a big way with the biggest ship in the world.
And the nice thing, Barry, and good to hear from you, Barry, is masks are not required. They're optional. And the Royal Caribbean executives earlier today were announcing, they said for the first time ever, after such a long, pause and so many different trials and tribulations, they really feel that now, heading into spring break, the United States, that cruising is officially back. We're so excited. I know people that are associated with the industry are just very, very thrilled. Once again, please check in. We're going to try to get to everybody's comments here. But thank you so much for joining us from Port Everglades aboard the One Over the Seas, the biggest cruise ship in the entire world. Barry, we haven't seen the 8th neighborhood yet. This ship is so big, we just walked from one end to the other. It's 3 football lengths and 3 football fields in length. And I tell you, I'm getting my steps in today. So I think I might have to buy some new clothes after this. I wanted to drop a couple pounds, and I think it's going to happen. I've been eating too much Georgia fried food here.
Hey, speaking of the Georgia fried food, we're going to be sampling as many of the 20 restaurants. Yes, folks, 20 restaurants on board here, in addition to the main dining, the restaurant that you go to, or the Windjammer Marketplace. We got some bad light.
Yeah, bad light. Sorry.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that.
The sun's coming this way.
It's a very poor studio here. Very poor studio.
Close to sunset.
But it doesn't get much better than this.
In South Florida. But yeah, 20 restaurants. Imagine that, folks. So you get a good choice of places where you can choose to go and eat. And a lot of these are at extra charge, which is not uncommon on these ships now. But at least the options are there. And John, who is living in Georgia now, loves his Southern Georgia food. We're going to be going to the Mason Jar. We're excited about that. That's got some real good Southern flavors. We're going to be talking a lot about that and showing you pictures and video in the days ahead.
And Randy, Mark Tamus mentioned that they don't have a portside barbecue on this ship, but a lot of the favorites that are a portside barbecue that everybody knows and loves in Royal Caribbean is actually going to be in the Mason Jar menu. So you get a little best of both worlds. You got your fried green tomatoes, you got your brisket, and so many other things. There's even some type of crab beignet. So I'm looking forward to try. Well, I don't even know what a crab beignet is, but I like it. I like the sound of that. I like that.
John, we can't miss this. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, yeah, we're getting a salute from the fireboats. But Barry, thank you so much. Good to see you. We've got salutes from the fireboats as we sail out. We're actually in the turning basin, so right now we're in the sun here, but before long we're going to be on the right side, right? So that's the port side, and we won't be in the sun here. So, but there's the fireboats or the tugboats giving a salute. On One of the Seas inaugural sail away from Port Everglades. Randy's got to get his video in. So, right now the ship is in the turning basin, so we're turning to the left. Actually, as everybody that knows from Port Everglades, you can see the planes taking off. That's where I landed earlier today. Had a beautiful flight. Hello, Ella. Hello, Chris Schumann. Hey, Rally Creative. I hope to run into you. Hey, Barry. I knew you were going to correct me there, Barry. Perry. So we're on the opposite side of the condos. I'm going to pan a little bit, get a little out of the sun. You can see the Coral Princess.
Good shot of the sun there, John.
Yeah. The sun is beginning to set. Hello, Susan. We just moved from Paris to Georgia. We lived in Paris for quite a long time, so I hope everything's good in Paris. It's good to be back in Florida. It's very hot here. It's starting to get hot in Georgia, but not as hot as here in Port Everglades. Thank you, Ella and Zeke. We appreciate it.
We're on 7 days, so we're going to be in Labadee, Haiti.
That's a pretty good shot too.
San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're going to go to the private island.
Yeah, so we're going to Perfect Day Coco Cay. We're going to Labadee, Haiti. Someone's got bubbles here, so it doesn't. See, who does this? We've got a fireboat with a salute. We've got bubbles. We've got helicopters. We've got planes taking off from the airport. Does it get any better than this? We even have a car carrier over there. They got, or a yacht carrier, yacht transport thing. So, and on top of that, we're on the largest cruise ship in the entire world. Thank you all for joining us. Like I said, we're still turning shorely here, and we'll be sailing away right out of the channel into the Atlantic Ocean. Hey, Chris, we're looking forward to seeing Coco Cay. Now, Perfect Day Coco Cay. I have not seen it since it's been changed to Perfect Day Coco Cay. The first time I visited Coco Cay was in 1996, I think it was. 94, 96. It's been a while. So I'm looking forward to it. I know I'd gone there afterwards, but it's been a while. Even Labadee, it was before you had to tender in. So excited to see all these changes. So far, this ship's been incredible.
There's about 2,800 cabins on this ship.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's crazy, and lots of suites. So, you know, there are some people that are able to really take this vacation to a whole nother level by, you know, not only having a veranda cabin like we're here on the 6th deck, but you can get a very specialized suite and bring the whole family. You know, in fact, bring the grandparents, bring everybody. Some suites on this ship here, and they've got a variety of those. Try to talk about some of the various ways. Try to bring you some pictures of that later on.
Well, the fireboat's honking its horn there, so I think the ship would probably return and salute it back. Chris Schumann saying when you go to Coco Cay, we have to go left and go to a quiet beach there. So we'll have to check that out. Thank you, Chris. You can see now we're in for the channel. The fireboat's getting closer, Randy.
I see that. This has always been an exciting sight, kind of a ceremonial send-off. We'll also see this sometimes as this. Love the horn. We'll see this too when we pull into some ports for the very first time. Unfortunately, we're not able to bring you a view of us on the ship, from off the ship. You know, what a great sight that's got to be. Since we're on the ship, we can't be standing on the shore somewhere getting a good shot of that, but that's got to be quite a sight, watching the world's largest cruise ship pulling out of Port Everglades on this beautiful evening.
really cool.
Yeah.
You don't see that every day. Once again, everybody, this is John Chop, Cruise Addicts, along with Randy Warren, and we are leaving Port Canaveral, or excuse me, Port Everglades, where I was at, and aboard the largest cruise ship in the entire world, Wonder of the Seas from Royal Caribbean, the biggest, boldest cruise ship in the world. If you haven't already done so, please check in. Let us know where you're coming from. Please let us know if you have any cruises coming up. We really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel or anything that you're watching us through for Facebook, please do so.
So, say hello, John.
Hi, everybody.
I mean, you've been talking
behind the camera.
I know you've been talking all this time. Show
You
us.
like my hat?
Show us your
You
hat.
like our hat?
Wonder of the Seas.
Yeah. But thank you all for joining us. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, please do so. We're so happy to have you.
John, we were learning today that this is the fifth in the Oasis class.
Yes.
What's to come?
Well, they said they did actually say there is going to be a sixth Oasis class. And what they're excited about is they're really enjoying the mason jar. They said it's kind of an experiment where it's got the portside barbecue and this southern food. So it's got a combination, kind of like a hybrid. So if you like portside barbecue and you like southern food, they're going to see how it works here, and maybe that'll be on the next ship. Also, this has the largest windjammer of any Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and the crew have already told us that they really, really love it. We haven't had a chance to, because this ship is so big that we've only seen just a little tiny bit, but we're really excited to bring you little bits and pieces and tastes with video and social media. So please keep watching. We'll try to go live like we are now, but we really appreciate it. You giving us a like, giving us a subscribe really motivates us to do these things and give you more and more content. I'm drinking lots of coffee so I can stay awake and just push out the content as much as we can. But we're so honored to be here. So happy to have Randy here. This is just a great moment in time. And like I said, please give us a like. Please give it a heart if you appreciate this. Excited about this. There's so many things that are new on this ship too. So many architectural changes. This ship was originally supposed to go to China. So it's got a lot of new things and features, but they made it a global. It's a global hybrid. It's not different, but they put a lot of nice things here that they hope to institute on the future Oasis class. They said there's a sixth. There's also going to be the Icon class, and as these news and information comes, of course, we'll bring it to you. Randy, any facts? I know we were talking about. We've been covering some facts. Oh, let's listen to the ship horn. We're saluting the conduit, Randy. It's on the other side, though. Yeah. We're sailing out of the channel.
Wow. I mean, where do you begin with all the facts about the ship? I mean, it's a ship of numbers because everything is just a little bit bigger than anything else that you've ever seen in terms of a cruise ship. The largest ever to actually go out as a cruise ship. And how much bigger can you make them? That was even a question we heard today. 236,000 tons. 1,100 feet long, as John was saying, the equivalent of 3 football fields. 210 feet wide. So that's where you kind of notice it, because we were walking around in the boardwalk and in an area called Central Park, where we saw a whole bunch of great things, which is not new to the Oasis class, but the Central Park with thousands of plants that are in there.
20,000 to be exact.
20,000 plants that are in there. It just you just see a lot of things that you don't find on a lot of other brands that you haven't seen on other ships. And Wonder of the Seas is getting a lot of ovation even as it leaves. Look at the people down there. I wish I could zoom in. See them there? They're standing on the roof. They're on the tower. They're down here right on the jetty with the water smashing up on the rocks, but they're not missing this opportunity to watch the largest cruise ship in the world sail out of Port Everglades. And there's our pilot boat that's going to be directing us. Make sure we get through the channel okay. And not far down the road there is the Atlantic Ocean. And I guess you could say, John, with that, she's off, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're exiting the channel on this historic moment. How exciting. You know, really, really exciting.
Get some video of this.
Yeah, we're kind of sailing into the sunset. Such a beautiful Florida day on a beautiful ship. There's only one in the world right now as big as this. One thing that we were talking about earlier is these ships are so big, you know, some people get involved. They're like, you know, I always cruise on smaller ships. But what we like about it is if you're going to come on here with children, your parents, and you know, for a family multi-generation cruise, I don't think it gets any better than this. This is truly a floating resort. Modern day cruising is a floating resort that takes you to multiple destinations around the world. Where else can you visit multiple places in different countries and a safe, controlled environment? How enriching! I know it's been enriching for my children, my family. I think it's a great vacation. It's very competitive. It's one of the best prices. And with that, I think we're getting out here. We want to thank Ruben for hosting us aboard Wonder of the Seas. This is so exciting. This is day one. We're hoping to bring you more and more content. Please stay tuned. Leave any comment questions below. We'll get back to you. We'll definitely answer. But we want to thank you so much. And we're going to bid you farewell from now the Atlantic Ocean right outside Port Everglades aboard Wonder of the Seas. She's a beauty. And with that, have a great night, folks. From John Shallow and Randy Warren, have a good day.